So you're going to meet these women that are single, but they have adult children living with them and semi-relying on them. And they also semi-rely on the adult children for company, intimacy, security, etc. They surrogate these children to compensate their lack in intimate relationship. These children become their source of emotional security. When the relationship that they're in starts to fail, or if they haven't got a relationship, or if they're in a relationship, doesn't matter, these children are the primary source, adult children are the primary source of their emotional security. Now, there is a place for that. There is a natural place for that. But there's an unnatural place for that as well, when they surrogate these people to be a partner. And it becomes intrusive into the privacy of the relationship that you're trying to have with them. What you'll find is the first sign will be objection by one of the adult children about what the mother's doing, or the father, or whatever your combination is. I'm going to use mother-son. You'll find the golden child, or the spoiled child, or the enmeshed child, or all of the above, will begin to protest about the amount of time or the way in which the relationship's travelling with the new partner. They're going to protest against the new partner. They're going to try and undermine the new partner. They're going to put on tantrums, acts. They're going to try and draw that partner away from you. They're going to feign sicknesses and injuries and all this. They'll do whatever they have to protect the emotional supply that they're getting from the person that you're with, the adult that you're with, the parent that you're with. Now, these adult children can be 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. There's no age limit to the way in which these dependents, emotionally dependent on their parent children, will go to. There's no limit. They'll do whatever they have to protect the supply, the relationship, the amount of time, the attention that they're getting from the parent, because the parents formed things to be that way for their own benefit. It actually comes back to the parent, because the parent hasn't set up healthy boundaries. They've accommodated themselves to surrogate the adult child to be used as a surrogate partner and source of emotional supply and security for themselves. This then forms an enmeshment. The enmeshment then forms a pattern of behavior, an addiction, as it were, an emotional addiction, because addictions come out of unhealthy habits and behaviors. It's not healthy for a parent to put somebody that's not made for an intimate relationship with them in that position. So it's going to become a fascination. It's going to become a source of supply for that person. And so when an outsider comes along and disrupts the fluency of the enmeshment between the parent and the child, that's going to cause a psychological reaction in the one that hasn't got the partner and whose supply is being taken away because the parents now shifted their attention towards their new partner. This happens all the time. And so now you've got a contentious, objective, complaining person that does not want your relationship with their parent to continue because they're not liking the fact that they're losing emotional supply, because they've become reliant on it. Their dopamine fires when they get it. It's a intimate, sexless, intimate relationship that they're having with their parent. The parents made it that way. And it's very, very destructive, and it hurts everyone involved, because when you come along, it's all covert. You don't know any of this is going on. You don't know that there's emotional incest, covert emotional incest going on inside this family. You don't know anything about it. The next thing, you're in this situation where you're going, whatever's going on here just isn't adding up. It's just not adding up. And so all of a sudden you got this contention going on between yourself and this third person. It's like you're trying to sort out someone that's having an affair with your partner. They actually are. The child actually is. They've been groomed to be that way. They've become the surrogate partner. So now the partner sees you as somebody that's taking away the intimacy from them, from the parent. It's a triangulation. It's a strangulation. Everything about it is wrong. Everything about it is unhealthy. Everything about it is destructive. So you've put yourself into a triangulation situation, and it's very hard to find your way out of that. But once you become aware of it, then you can say to yourself, this is why things just didn't seem right. This is where this emptiness is coming from. This is what I've been this is what I've been battling against. This is what I've been sensing. I knew something wasn't right. There was a big void. There was an emptiness. There was a lack in the emotional deposit from the person that you were with, because they were splitting their deposit. Sometimes you were getting a large deposit and the adult child was getting the small deposit. The next thing, you're getting a small deposit and they've given in to the adult child and they're getting a large deposit. There's no stability. You cannot regulate this kind of void, because it's unhealthy. There's always going to be a lack. And when they over deposit to you, it gives you hope in thinking, oh, okay, blah, 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 this can work. Then all of a sudden you go back to the starvation deposit and you're going, hang on a sec, we're back where we started again. And it cycles, because the parents, juggling their emotional enmeshment between you and the child. They're living a split life. There's no order. And so once you realize that there is an enmeshment, you're never going to break it, because it's a DNA bond. And that's when you have to start to detach. And then that's when you have to start to realize that these people are going to be better off without you, and you better off without them, and go your own way, go your separate way, because they're never going to stop, and you will always just be a tag on to what's going on underneath, which is a covert emotional incestual enmeshment.